Welcome home, racing fans. Well, it feels like Mustang week around here. First the Carrera, and now we have the new Scalextric GT4. I have to be honest with you, I really didn't know much about this series at all. Quite a few people have said that until I did the research on it. And after doing the research, looking at the prototypes online, I have to say Scalextric did a pretty good job overall on the outside. The paint looks really good. Markings for this particular car look really good. Clean and crisp. No complaints there in the fit and finish department. I think my only complaint is it just seems a little high back here. It just depends on the photos you look at too, but just to my eye, it does seem a little high. Not too much, but just enough to bug me, I guess. Sometimes it's just a personal perspective. But the rest of the car, I think they've executed very well. It looks pretty good. It might be a little bit on the narrow side as well. I can't, I've got the dimensions there posted, but it's just by sight. Sometimes your eye just says, boy, that looks high, or that looks low, or too wide, or too narrow. So again, just my personal interpretation. But the rest of the car, for the most part, I think they've done a pretty good job. It looks just about as close to the real thing as you can ask. So, you got to give them a thumbs up for that. The other thing is the car is recognizable. It's a Mustang. I had the opportunity to present this particular car to some classmates at my school, and immediately they just said, hey, wow, that's a cool Mustang. So they knew that's what it was. So regardless, obviously they don't know anything about the series, but they know a Mustang when they see one. And for our hobby on this side of the pond, I think that's pretty important. So again, on the outside, I think they've done a pretty good job. I could be wrong, but like I said, it's just my own perspective. I look forward to your comments about the car, of course, online. But now let's take a peek on the inside, and then we'll get to our road test. All right, taking a look on the inside, we see inline configuration on this car. That doesn't bother me at all. I like a good inline car. 9-27 gearing. Of course, it is digital compatible. If you want to add your Scalextric digital to it, you can. And the other thing is, it's lighted. I like the fact that the lights are included on these cars that need them, and you don't have to pay more for them. I kind of like that idea. Back here, these wires, I've secured them with some UV glue to make sure they're not rubbing the axle or pinching back here or rubbing against the gear. That concerned me a little bit, so I just used some UV glue right here and glued it down. I also bench tested the motor. The RPM no load test, 20,250. Like we've said many times, Scalextric wants to say these are 18K, but they're not. They're always a couple grand higher than 18K, but that's fine. But anyway, just a simple chassis, bar magnet back here. You've got a pocket right here you can add a bar magnet to, or move this one to the front. I suggest moving it to the front just to try it as you move away from magnet racing. So anyway, everything else just standard Scalextric. We're going to test some tires here on the back, and then we're going to take a road test. All right, before the road test, I'm not even going to bother with the stock tires. They just don't work well on my track surface. So I'm going with Quick Slick Silicone CB59F firm compound, and they fit the car really well. I mean, just a perfect fit on these wheels. I'm glad to see these wheel sizes becoming more of a standard. Helps us with aftermarket tires right out of the box so we can start racing. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's button it up and see what it's got. Okay, well, I did manage a best lap of 4054. That's not breathtaking, but it's not that disappointing either, considering all I did was change tires. No weight, no weather tuning, and for a wood track, as you all know, yeah, I'm just getting started. So we know we can get this to be a faster car, but still not a bad showing. And there you have it. Like I said, it's not a bad showing for this car. It does have a lot of potential. There is some work that needs to be done, just depends on how far you want to go with it. I can tell you one thing that you're going to want to do. We were talking about the UV glue earlier, is you're going to want to use glue and glue these light boards in place because they are a loose fit and they're going to want to come out. If you want to keep the stock running gear for whatever reason back here, these bushings, that little chatter that you heard, a lot of that has to do with these bushings. They're just loosen the chassis a little bit, and a little adhesive, well, that'll go a long way. But I'll try to keep the stock running gear for now and see how far we can take this car in this trim package. If not, well, we're just going to have to get busy with some aftermarket parts. I can tell you I am going to try to lower it. I think that's going to really help the handling in the corners. But other than that, it's a great release. It's nice to see another Mustang like this. Something that everybody can recognize. Like I said, I think it has a lot of potential. So, not bad, Scalextric. I have to give you a thumbs up. It's a pretty cool car, and it runs pretty smoothly out here on the wood track with no tuning. So you get a thumbs up for that as well. I think if you guys are fans of the Mustang, cars like this, yeah, this is automatic. Just go ahead and grab one and tune it. And when you do, I want to hear about it. I want to hear your tech tips, your speed secrets you share with us online. I always enjoy the feedback and reading about what you guys are doing with the car as well. So till the next time, guys, I hope you have yourself a great one. It's going to be a nice weekend, I hope. And hopefully maybe you'll get a slot car in the mail.